Hello guys, I am Santosh Singh and today we are going to see features and usage of Apache Sqoop. So good morning and welcome to my channel. So let's see these things one by one. So first we are going to see features of Sqoop. So as we are seeing that these are the feature of Sqoop. First is ingestion. And what is meaning of ingestion in Sqoop? It ingests data from many RDBMS to HDFS and vice versa. Sqoop ingests data from many RDBMS to HDFS, HIVE, HBASE and vice versa. And it can import one table. And the third feature is Sqoop can import subset of table. And fourth feature is import multiple table, or it can import selected tables as well. So like this way, as we are saying that Sqoop can import one table, or it can import subset of table, it can import multiple table, or it can import that selected tables, which means more than one tables. And the fifth feature is import entire database. It can import entire database in one go. And sixth feature is export HDFS to RDBMS. Sqoop can import or export, but it can export HDFS to RDBMS. And seventh feature is Sqoop can export HIVE to RDBMS. It can export HBASE to RDBMS. It can import as well. It can import as well from this to this, and from RDBMS to HIVE, and from RDBMS to HBASE as well. So let's see the ninth feature. Ninth feature, it provides connectors for all major RDBMS database. Sqoop provide connectors for all major RDBMS database. Connectors means connection feature with database. So Sqoop can connect all major database by using connectors. And there are few database from which Sqoop do not provide the connectors. Then you should go to that database site and download the connectors, and you can install an Sqoop. So the next feature is distributed or parallel processing. Sqoop provide the parallel processing. And 11th feature is using compressed technique. It load compressed table. By using compressed technique, it load the compressed data as well. And 12th feature is support for Apache Accumulo. It provides support for Apache Accumulo. And what is the Apache Accumulo? Apache Accumulo is used to store data in distributed key value format. It supports big data in storing and processing. So let's see the next things in Sqoop. Next things is usage of Sqoop. Sometimes we cannot process / analyze / extract the huge amount of data in RDBMS. Then for processing easily and fast way, we need to store that data on HDFS. As we know that HDFS is made for parallel processing of a large volume of data. So Sqoop work like bridge between RDBMS and HDFS. So we have seen these things. So next things in usage, Sqoop uses the MapReduce framework to import and export the data. Sqoop uses the MapReduce framework for processing their data internally. Internally, Sqoop uses the MapReduce framework for importing and exporting the data. And MapReduce provide the parallel processing operation as well as fault tolerance. So like this way we see the usage of Sqoop. And now let's see the next things in usage. by default 4 mapper running in Sqoop. If we have primary key, then by default 4 mapper, otherwise 1 mapper run when we are importing or exporting data from RDBMS to HDFS or from HDFS to RDBMS. What it means of this? Suppose we are transferring a table from RDBMS to HDFS and that table have a primary key. Then Sqoop run by default 4 mappers, and if that table do not have a primary key, then Sqoop run only 1 mappers. Why it run only 1 mappers? Because it unable to divide the data of that table, because there is no unique key, so Sqoop unable to divide that data into multiple mapper. That's why it only run 1 mapper. And if there is a primary key, then as we know that primary key is always unique, so it can divide that data to different mapper, as we see below, and we will discuss what these things. So guys, by default Sqoop run 4 mappers, and if there is no primary key, then Sqoop run only 1 mappers. When we importing or exporting the data, then we can set any number of mapper in Sqoop by command line. These things will also be see that how we can set the number of mapper in Sqoop. So as we are seeing that here is the 100 GB data, and suppose we need to process this 100 GB data. So what Sqoop do? Sqoop divide this 100 GB data into 4 mappers. As we are seeing that the mapper 1 will process 25 GB of data, mapper 2 will process 25 GB of data, mapper 3 will process the 25 GB of data, and so on. Mapper 4 will also process 25 GB of data. So like this way, this 4 mapper will work parallelly, and after processing data, we can see that this 100 GB of data can transfer from RDBMS to HDFS or from HDFS to RDBMS. So like this way, Sqoop use the mapper. So now let's see the next things. Next things is question and answer. The first question is, where does Sqoop ingest data from? So as we know that where does Sqoop ingest data from? Sqoop ingest data from many RDBMS to HDFS or HIVE or HBASE and vice versa. So these things we know very well, and we discuss so many times, and we will discuss so many times in future also. Now let's see the question second. Question second is, by default how many mappers run in Sqoop? So guys, please pause video and write your answer, and you can match your answer with my answer. So answer is, by default 4 mappers run in Sqoop. And let's see the question third. Question third is, how many reducer runs in Sqoop? Don't surprise, there are 0 reducer run in Sqoop. We know that Sqoop use the MapReduce framework, but in MapReduce framework Sqoop only use the mapper. It do not use the reducer. We will see that how it use the mapper and why Sqoop do not use the reducer. So this is very important question, that how many reducer runs in Sqoop. So answer is 0 reducer runs in Sqoop. And the last question is, does Sqoop use MapReduce? So answer is, internally Sqoop uses MapReduce to import and export the data. We do not need to think on MapReduce. Sqoop internally use MapReduce for importing and exporting the data. So guys, like this way, today we have discussed features and usage of Sqoop. If you have any questions, then you can write me. I will try to answer those things as soon as possible. Or if you have any suggestion, then please share me. I will try to follow those things. So guys, thanks for watching, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.